Hi everyone, welcome to Vlogmas day 30. It's Thursday today and I can't believe it's the second last day of Vlogmas. Tomorrow is of course New Year's Eve, the last day of December and the last day of Vlogmas. So yeah, thank you so much all for sticking with me and watching all of our Vlogmas videos. Today I wanted to talk a bit about goal setting and like New Year's resolutions and whatever you want to call them, and specifically obviously to do with slimming, weight loss, slimming world, which is what I'm following, and I know quite a few of you are, but I know other people watch who are calorie counting, whatever healthy lifestyle you're following. I really like goals. I think it's because I used to be a teacher. I do like them, but I like them to be quite small, very achievable, and I don't like them to last for too long because I think I like kind of the reward of getting them done, if you see what I mean. But I'm not really one for setting New Year's resolutions particularly. I tend to kind of set goals throughout the year, depending on what's going on with me. But obviously we're all different. But one thing which I always do, and I actually do this 3 times a year, is to make a vision board, which for me is like a visual representation of my goals and the things that I want to achieve. Now there's loads and loads of information about vision boards on the internet, on YouTube, Pinterest, whatever it is that you like to watch, like to look at. So go and have a look. They probably explain it way better than I will. But one thing I do want to say is that there's no rules, in my opinion, for things like this. A lot of people will tell you that there are, and they'll say, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that and you must do it this way. I don't think so. My lovely friend Ruth on Instagram, she always says, you do you. And to me, that is perfect. That is the best thing anyone's ever said to me. You do you. And for me, for vision boards, that is exactly what I've always done. Yes, I look and see what other people are doing and what they have to say about it. You know, there's all sorts of books, the law of attraction and all that kind of thing that you can look up if you're interested. But at the end of the day, it's your vision for your life and do what you want. That's what I say. I'll show you mine. This is my last vision board. I will go through it in a bit more detail in a minute, but just so you know what I'm rambling on about. So, as I said earlier, I like to make vision boards 3 times a year, and that's because my year kind of naturally splits into 3. So in January we go and live in Fuerteventura for 3 months, so that's the first part of my year. Then we come back at the end of March, and we usually obviously stay in the UK then until September, when we often go to Greece. Obviously it hasn't worked this year, it's been completely different, and last year as well because of COVID. So I usually have one vision board for when I'm in Fuerteventura, one for when I come back here from like March until September, and then I usually do one for the winter, so sort of the end of September until January, which is my one at the moment that I've been using. Now you can physically make a vision board like I do by cutting bits of pictures and words out of magazines and sticking them onto a big piece of card. You could draw your own vision board. That's what I would love to do, but I don't know if my drawing skills are very good and I have never had the time. Or you could make an electronic one, so you could get pictures off of the internet and you know, do it that way, which again, do whatever you want to do. You could do it in a book, you know, it doesn't have to be on a big piece of card, but I like to do mine on a big piece of card because then I like to look at it every day and it reminds me of what my goals are and what I want to achieve. Again, a lot of people will do a vision board only once a year, or a lot of people will say, oh, you need to do a 5-year one or 10-year one. Again, it's completely up to you. For me, doing a 5-year one, especially at the moment, is completely pointless. you don't even know what's going to happen in 5 minutes, let alone in 5 years. But I know other people do like to have longer term goals, and if that suits you, then that's great, go for it. The other thing is, on the vision board, again, put what you want on there, what you really want out of your life. I tend to do my vision board for the whole of my life, but again, you could do separate ones. You could do one for your weight loss journey, one for, I don't know, your house, one for your career, one for your relationships, or put them all into one. Again, it's completely up to you. As far as I'm concerned, there's no rules here. If you're struggling to know what you want, because it is quite difficult sometimes, and we tend as human beings to know what we don't want. So what I did when I first started doing vision boards was I wrote down all the things that I didn't want. So I didn't want to be a size 22. You know, I didn't want to be unhealthy. I didn't want to have no energy. I didn't want to be unhappy, blah, 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 whatever it is. And then I flipped it round. So instead of saying, I don't want to be stressed all the time, you flip it round. I want to be calm. So then you can try and find a picture or an image or even the word calm to represent that that's what you want. I hope this is making sense. I'm going to show you my vision board just to give you some ideas and so that you can see what I'm rambling on about. So I do mine. Like I said, this one was for the autumn and the winter, and I started off with the picture in the middle, which is just a kind of a cozy sort of autumny scene, and that was my main focus for this part of the year. I wanted to enjoy myself. I wanted to be cozy. I wanted to kind of embrace the autumn and the winter, because I am naturally somebody who doesn't love the winter in the UK because I find it very dark and very damp, and I don't like those two things. So for me, it was all about cosy blankets, you know, cosy tea, and just instead of kind of moaning about the weather and fighting it, I wanted to sort of embrace it. Does that make sense? And I feel like I have done that. I feel like I have moaned about the weather, obviously, from time to time, mainly every day, but I have enjoyed sitting down under blankets, and I have enjoyed this time of the year a bit more than I usually do. So that was good. So yeah, that was my middle part of my vision board. And then at the top here, so I put the thing in the middle and then I go round in a circle. So this part for me was all about being more active again, because I felt like in the winter, in the UK, I can get really lazy because it's cold and it's damp and it's wet and I don't want to go outside. I just want to stay in my pyjamas all day. So one of the things that I wanted to start up again was my yoga. So I found this, it's the Om sign and the word Namaste. And that was the representation for me of starting up my yoga practice again, which I have done. I do 2 classes a week, and I've also started doing a little bit extra in between. So I'm really happy about that. I also did quite a bit of walking and some hula hooping. So that's gone well. Let me just swap sides. So this area was all about, for me, was all about studying. I'm trying to learn Spanish at the moment. And so I've got some nice pictures of like writing and learning. I've got candles. Again, it's all quite cozy. And also I wanted to do some journaling, or keep up my practice of journaling, which I do every day. So again, that's all gone quite well, which I'm pleased about. This bit was about kind of Vlogmas and Christmas, and just this. So it says the simple things: take time to live well, eat mince pies, roast chestnuts, gather holly, wear a bobble hat, read all afternoon, sing a carol, blah blah blah. So you get the idea. I got that from a magazine, and I thought that was really nice. Just again, for me, that represented doing things with my family, with my friends, just nice simple things, nothing too major. And again, I feel like I've achieved that. this little area was about losing weight. Now, when I first started doing vision boards, the very first one I did was really, that was my main focus at the time. And so I'm just going to put down a second when my arm hurts. Yeah, that was my main focus at the time. And my vision board had loads of pictures of like fruit and veg, and yeah, it was all to do with losing weight and nice like recipes and things like that. But the Slimming World magazines are really good for cutting out, because they have lots of kind of really inspirational like quotes and things on them. So on mine, for this time, it says, "Make this your time to lose weight for life," which I got that from the Slimming World book. And then there was a little picture of somebody like really happily on the scales, because I wanted to, you know, back to Slimming World, go to group, but I want to enjoy the process. I don't want it to be a chore. So that was really important to me. And then I found this little card that said, "Mindfully, I remind myself that I have come a long way and my patience will be rewarded." And I think, again, for this time of year, that's really important when you're trying to lose weight, because, you know, you're not necessarily going to lose every week. So that was really important to me. And just to remember how far I've come. Down here, this was all about Christmas and winter time, the gift of memories. I like these star light things. This was a bit, I don't know, a bit witchy with some crystals, and again about like the winter solstice and things like that. It's the most wonderful time. Again, I just wanted to have a nice Christmas with seeing my family, just, yeah, have a nice time. And we did, it was great. This picture for me was representing being healthy. And that was for me and my friends and my family, for us all to stay healthy this winter, which luckily we have, and I'm really grateful for that. And then lastly on mine is about going away. As you all know, if you've been watching me, I really, really do want to go away this year, and so far so good. It looks like we are going. So this was an old postcard. It says, "Hello sunshine," and I've got an aeroplane taking off with the sun and walking barefoot. So that was my vision board for this winter. It wasn't particularly ambitious, you know. I mean, you might have great big plans of stuff that you want to do, but for me this winter it was all about staying healthy, trying to lose a bit of weight, having a nice time with family and friends, and you know, that was my kind of goals. They were quite simple, but I just felt that this year, I don't know, maybe they needed to be. If you struggle to think about what to put on yours, you can look up on the internet, and I'll put a picture of it up now actually, hang on. Yeah, that is called the Life Balance Wheel, or the Wheel of Life. There's a couple of different names, but if you type into Google the Life Balance Wheel, you'll get lots of information come up about it. And it basically kind of splits your life up into spiritual, mental, career, personal, financial, physical, family and social sections. But again, you know, you can change some of those if you want to. If one of them doesn't resonate with you, or you're not bothered about it, or whatever, change it, just change it. But it's quite a useful tool to kind of see how balanced your life is. I do it quite often. In fact, there's some like online sort of test things that you can do that you know, I think you have to give each section of the wheel a number from 1 to 10 as to how well you think you're doing in that area, kind of thing. And then ideally it should form a complete circle, so each part of your life would be balanced, and that would be said then that you know, you're living a good life, as it were. But like I say, if one of the sections doesn't appeal to you, just change it or leave it out. There's lots of different ones. Some of them have got different bits in, like one of them's got a fun bit in it, and you know, I quite like being creative, so that would be quite an important thing for me. So like I say, you can mix and match it, but it's maybe a helpful thing to have a look at. So that's my vision board. I will be making a new one when I get to Fuerteventura, and hopefully I'll be able to show you. We don't have any internet in our apartment that we're staying in this time. We don't have a lot of money, so we travel on a budget and it just hasn't got any internet. But I'm hoping I'll be able to go to like a cafe or something every couple of days and upload some videos to YouTube. But yes, that's my vision board. I am off now to do some housework, try and get the house a bit more ready for going away. And I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of Vlogmas. Thanks again everyone for watching. Bye.